Hear ye, hear ye. Hi everyone. The Dragonflight pre-expansion patches go live beginning October 25th. Oh, they just mean region-wide, I'm sure. Every new adventure begins with a single step, and the journey to the Dragon Isles is nearly there when the first of two pre-expansion patches go live. Oh, so two. They so they weren't kidding. Okay, phase 1 is October 25th. We are getting the talent revamp. Dragonflight contains major updates to World of Warcraft classes, centering on the reintroduction of talent trees. The new talent system empowers players to make creative and meaningful talent choices without compromising their effectiveness, and most importantly, it gives them meaningful options at every level. The heads-up display user interface changes. Players will experience an updated user interface and heads-up display HUD, allowing customization of the base UI and providing a modernized appearance to the layout and view while maintaining the original's design charm and personalities. Accessibility features. A variety of new features that will include press and hold spellcasting, interact keys, gamepad support, and more. Rated solo shuffle. First introduced as a PvP brawl, we up the stakes by adding the ability for players to earn or lose rating with the introduction of rated solo shuffle. Now? Really? Players will be able to earn seasonal rewards and achievements, credit towards vicious mounts, weekly Great Vault progress, and conquest similar to rated battlegrounds and arenas. Cross-faction play will also be enabled. And new class and race combinations. The rogue, priest, and mage classes will become available to all races to create and play. And then, 2 weeks later, a 2-week event? Okay. November 15th is when the second phase begins. New race class, the Dracthyr Evoker, becomes available. Players will menace their foes or empower their allies as the new Dracthyr Evoker, WoW's first ever race and class combination. Able to switch between a humanoid visage and a fearsome draconic form, the Dracthyr are highly mobile, and their unique Evoker class can specialize in ranged damage dealing or in aiding their allies as a healer by harnessing the mystical gifts of Dragonkind. New zone for the Evoker, play through the starting zone for the thing. New dungeon, located in the Badlands. Players will venture into Ultimate to lay claim to a legacy of knowledge left behind by the Titans. This ancient Titan facility is where, long ago, allies of the heroic Keeper Teeter hid the discs of Norganon. And in-game events with the Primal Storms, ward-off attacks with the Primalists with new quests and world events, setting the stage for Dragonflight's launch. 2 patches. Interesting. So earlier, viewers, Chat and I were talking about, okay, what's going on, what's going to be, what's actually going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, what's going to happen next week on the 25th, and now we know that we're getting like kind of these incremental releases of bits of content. Now, as for some quick reactions here, I'm kind of burned. I feel a little bit butthurt over the notion that evokers are only going to be testable for 2 weeks. The leveling event is only 2 weeks. The dungeon preview is only for 2 weeks, and like that's it. That feels short to me. And from the looks of it, this was planned. It was planned, this whole kind of two-stage thing was planned early on, and this is their vision. Now, I do like that the most important, to me at least, the most important things are happening next week. Talent revamp, HUD changes, the quality of life stuff is changing too. New race class combos, nice bonus, rated solo shuffle. That's kind of a surprise for me. But the big things are happening next week. The biggest things, in my opinion. Things are going to change. The whole way that we're going to view this game is going to change. Covenant abilities, they're no longer going to work. Actually, they didn't really specify here, but as far as I'm concerned, Covenant abilities, tier set bonuses, legendaries. Covenant abilities and tier sets, Covenant abilities and legendaries, they're not going to work outside of Shadowlands content. So I presume that they're still going to work in the likes of dungeons. However, tier sets should be disabled next week, because we're going to be getting talents anyway, and then everything should be fine. Still kind of burned here. Chad is asking, but on which release does the 50% extra XP end? That's a great question. Now that we know this, it's hard to say, because there was an earlier article that talked about the Winds of Wisdom buff and how it's going to go away when Dracthyr are available. This fits, oddly enough. So all this fits. One thing that's missing, though, is Chromie Time. So is Chromie Time going to activate at all? Or is it not? Or is it just not going to be a thing until the expansion launches? Which could be a thing, because this is the first time we're going to get a Chromie Time. This is the first time Chromie Time is being extended from here. So it's hard to say. Shadowlands Season 4 ends soon, and a look at the post-season. What's going away? When Season 4 ends, the following rewards will no longer be available. So when Season 4 ends, and this is the last week of Season 4, Mythic Plus Dungeons, the Shrouded Hero title, that's going to be gone. Arenas and Rated Battlegrounds, so the title goes away, the rank achievements, and getting, rank towards getting like the appearances, okay. What happens during the post-season period? Once Shadowlands Season 4 has ended, the following rewards will continue to be available until Dragonflight launches. Mythic Plus stuff, KSM, you can still do it. Keystone Hero, you can still do it. Raiding, you can still do it. Valor upgrades. Great Vault shit, still good. PvP, you can still go for the mount and raiding. So it's just the titles that are going away. You can still get gear. Cool. You can still get gear. You can still upgrade gear. Nice. And then faded raids. After Season 4 ends, all Shadowlands raids will become faded permanently until Dragonflight launches. That's interesting. The achievements. The faded raid achievement. Okay, faded raid achievements will still work. Getting the Slime Cat, Hero of Fate, that still works. The Dinars will continue to be available. You can still get the raid upgrades and still do Great Vault stuff. Yeah, my takeaway is that it feels like this is going to be too short. And yeah, that part doesn't feel good. This part feels great. So as usual, kind of a mixed bag for me. But at least for my playstyle or my preferences, I'm looking forward to what's going on. I guess I'm going to have to work my tail off for during these in-game events, and try to get as much of that currency that I can, so I can buy all the transmog that I want. And some people, that are going to want to get caught up on gear and everything. I just hope that after the first impression that we had of those events with these Primal Storm events, it wasn't a very good impression that I had. So now that I know that there's going to be almost a month until they actually go live, my expectations are going to be a bit higher. I'm going to be okay, well, here's what I hope to see in the future. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But this is it. This is the last week of Shadowlands as we know it. It's just that it's going to be kind of extended into 2 major milestones. What do you think? Leave a comment. I'd love to know what you guys think about this, because again, this is kind of weird. Like the video, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.